Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, let me get that theme song. You feel that? I know I'm feeling it. Anybody else looking up at the moon tonight and feeling some dog-like tendencies? Maybe you want to howl at the moon. Maybe you even want to bark at the moon. Well, if you do, just know that you're not alone because you got the number one dirty Halloween dog in the dog pound ready to let loose. It is Friday, October 30th, 2020. I am James. You are you. We are here for the Mischief night, for the Matt night, for the Devil's night, whatever you want to call the eve of Hallows Eve. This is where we are. I am here with you for an entire evening as we begin to prepare for tomorrow night. What is tomorrow night? It is Halloween. It is the Saturday Spooktacular special right here on twitch.tv/@home-with-James. Now, I know what you're thinking. You were here on Wednesday when you saw me show up with my first Halloween costume. And, the truth is, I wasn't that into that costume. It didn't really scratch my itch. It didn't catch my fancy. It didn't tickle my intrigue bone. But I'm ready to take it up a notch. That's why I went out, picked up this little dilly of a pickle right here. That's right. I am one of the 101 Dalmatians, and all I need for you is throw me a bone. That's all I want. I got to say something. I don't like the way that I'm behaving while I'm wearing this mask. There's something debaucherous about it, but isn't that what Halloween is really about? Folks, isn't that what Halloween is really about? It's about embracing debauchery as an adult. When you're a little kid, what do? You want to go out and pick up some candy, some Kit Kats, some Snickers, some Mars bars, some, what's another candy? Skittles, some doodads, some knickknacks. And then as you become a teenager, what do you want? Well, you want to experiment with drugs and alcohol, right? And then as you get a little bit older, as you burst forth into your adult years, what's Halloween about? Well, you're still maybe drinking, you're still drugging a little bit, but we know that Halloween is about casual sex encounters. That's what Halloween is about when you're an adult. I'm going to tell you something. If you think that tomorrow night or even tonight, there's going to be anything even remotely sexy on this show, you have come to the wrong place because I want to reintroduce wholesome Halloween fun to the world, to the society that we all live in. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not the only one that wants to make Halloween wholesome. I would like to bring the attention to someone who's been coming up on this show as of late. He is none other than Francois Legault. Now, what did Mr. Legault do? He made it perfectly clear that Halloween is back. Last year, it got rained out. It got stormed out. Halloween is back. Are you a parent out there? Did you not know that your kids are allowed to trick or treat tomorrow? Did you not know that you can be handing out candy? This is a great time for adults. It's a great time for the kids. So if you didn't know, as a reminder, some might remember that Quebec Premier Francois Legault gave the green light for children to go out and collect candy on Halloween. He was quoted as saying, "It's so important for children." Now, this was at a news conference broadcasted right here in Montreal. He went on to say, "I remember my two boys used to talk about Halloween for a month beforehand and discuss which costume they would wear. It wasn't easy in the last 8 months for our children." He went on to say, "One thing is for sure, group gatherings, eating ass, and Halloween parties for adults are out." So I'm on board with Mr. Legault. Me and him, birds of a feather. Now, we don't We don't believe in a lot of the same things, but I think when it comes to Halloween being wholesome, sweet, and candy filled, me and Frank, I call him Frank, we are in tandem. We are together. Folks, I want to thank you so much for joining us in the chat tonight, for subscribing, for following this show. We are going to give you an event unlike any event that you will have tonight. Are you ready to begin Mischief Night? Are you ready to begin Matt Night? Are you ready to begin Devil's Night? I hope so. Because when we're talking about devils, I've been informed that we will be joined by a ghost this evening. Now, I don't know anything about this. I'm not one for the paranormal. I never really have believed in ghosts, but tonight, apparently it's going to happen. So we'll see. Probably Dave in character or something, some shenanigan like that. Also joining us will be Steph, Mercier, Voyer, and coming up in just a matter of moments is going to be the person that has taken this show by storm, what I believe to be the most popular figure on this show, maybe more popular than I am. It's the one and the only Conor Rose. So why wait? Let's get on with the fun. Let us welcome the host of On the Couch with Carmen Rose. It's Carmen's twin brother, Conor Rose. Hit it. Conor, how's it going, buddy? Oh, God.
I'm all right, James. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Are you okay?
Well, I don't know if you can notice, but
Mm-hmm.
my ringworm's really flared up.
Yeah, I can. It looks like, well, last week it was just on the corner of your face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was on the other side last week, so it looks like that one cleared up, but then you had an outbreak there and all over your face and on your arms.
Yeah, it's pretty much everywhere, James.
Well, now you were talking about how I guess someone you're seeing, Nancy McConnell, your driving teacher, made an ointment for you, but it looks like it's not working.
Yeah. Well, it worked with the first one on this side of my
Sure,
face.
yeah.
I haven't seen her for a while,
Mhm.
but she's gonna give me a bath tonight. No,
Oh,
it's
so
not tonight. Tomorrow night.
so you haven't seen Nancy in a while, and she's going to give you a bath on Halloween?
Yeah.
Are you going to her chalet located in St. Jerome?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, James. I kind of got myself in a little pickle.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, but please.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but I promised Rhonda that I'd go trick-or-treating with her.
Yeah, the other person you're seeing, Rhonda, the 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I promised her that I'd go trick-or-treating, and then
Mhm.
Nancy McConnell, my driving teacher, was like, "Hey, Connor, like, I think we should take our relationship to the next level."
Does that mean giving you a bath?
She's like, "You should come over. I'll give you a bath. It'll help your ringworm,
Yep.
and then you should spend the night."
Okay, so you have found yourself in a typical double booked situation. So you're supposed to be trick or treating, but you also are supposed to be taking a bath and then spending the night at Nancy McConnell, your driving teacher's house.
Yeah. Like, how am I gonna manage that, James?
Well, that's a tough thing to manage. Are you trying to pull both off in the same night?
Well, I like them both a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Well, let's
Rhonda
weigh the
said
pros and cons.
the pros and cons of,
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's think about trick or treating first with Rhonda. What are some of the pros of going trick or treating with Rhonda?
well, Rhonda said that after trick-or-treating, that maybe we could like go to her shed in her backyard.
Okay, so a pro is that you're going to spend the night in a shed.
Well, we could like not spend the night, but like hang out there and
Right. Okay. Okay,
probably
so that's a pro. Hang out in a shed.
yeah.
Okay, what are some other pros?
Mm, well, we'll probably get a lot of candy.
Right. Any specific type of candy you're looking for this Halloween?
Yeah, I told you last week, like Reese's,
Mhm.
Smarties,
Yep.
chips,
Mhm.
um, like no raisins.
Yeah, well, I don't mind I quite like raisins.
Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, not like
Well, you don't I mean for Halloween, yeah, I agree. I agree. You want chocolate on Halloween. If you want
yeah,
raisins, you go to the grocery store, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what are the cons of spending Halloween with Rhonda?
Well, she doesn't know about the ringworm, so
Okay.
I probably have to tell her,
Mhm.
because it's the responsible thing to do.
Yep.
Um, so that's a con.
Yep.
Hey, it's like con man.
Yeah, yeah, we got a whole list of cons courtesy of the con man.
Yeah.
Well, what if you were to go out trick or treating, maybe you could try to pull off some type of full body costume.
Well, it's interesting you say that because she's going like we're going in a group. She's going
Mm,
with her friends as all the characters from Wizard of Oz,
okay.
and she wants me to join and go as Toto the dog.
Yeah. So I want to check in. I want to send things to the chat right now. So Real Sid Rock is proclaiming that one of the con is that Rhonda is 19.
Yeah,
And of course, you are
32.
you're 32. Yeah. Okay, so let's now shift gears to spending Halloween with Nancy McConnell, your driving teacher. What are the pros?
Well, James, I think. Oh, yeah, the photo. That's the photo of the costume I'm going to be in
Oh,
for the
you've brought a
project.
photo. Okay, that's
Yeah.
very rude of me.
Oh, that's okay. Um,
Well, so take us through the photo.
well, that's Dorothy and that's Toto. That's what she wants me to be,
Okay.
Rhonda.
Okay, so she wants you to be Toto the dog.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how do you feel about dressing up as Toto the dog?
Well, I think it would help with the ringworm because I can cover it all.
You can be nice and furry. Okay, so that's a pro. That's another pro. We'll quickly put that on the list. But let's shift gears now to Nancy McConnell. What are the pros of spending Halloween with Nancy?
Well, James,
Yep.
like I'm pretty sure she wants to go all the way.
Okay, so just so I understand, what do you understand as being all the way?
Well, like we're gonna sleep in the same bed.
Yep, that's true. Yep. Anything else?
I mean, I don't know. Like I've never been with an older woman, so
Hmm.
have you ever been with an older woman?
Well, we're not here to talk about me. What I want to ask you is, what, Connor, you never cease to surprise me. Well, I want to
James,
ask
I could
you,
really use your advice right now.
what's that now?
I don't know why you're laughing, but I think I could use your advice if it's because you have been.
Well, I look again. I like for the focus to be on my guests.
All right.
what what I want to ask you is, if I were to ask you going all the way and sharing a bed, what do you think that means?
I mean, I think like probably like she probably won't be wearing a bra.
Well, who knows what she goes to bed in?
I don't know. That's like there's just so many unknowns.
Well, can I tell you something? Can I tell you what I think?
Yeah.
What are you drinking there, by the way?
Coffee.
You're having a nighttime coffee.
Yeah.
This is what I think. I think that Nancy McConnell is inviting you over to give you a bath because she wants to get physically intimate with you when you spend the night on Halloween.
Yeah. She also wants me to dress up like Dennis the Menace.
So she
I think I
wants you
have
to
a picture of it actually.
Yeah, okay. So it looks like we've got ourselves another picture. So she wants you to dress up as a famous movie and TV character, Dennis the Menace, who's known as a little boy.
Yeah.
Well, and I'd like to remind people that Nancy is considerably taller than you.
Yeah.
And
She's
just
like,
so we can confirm, how tall are you?
I'm 5 feet, like my
You're
sister.
5 feet.
Yeah.
And if you had to guess how tall Nancy was,
Like 6 something.
okay, so Nancy's a taller lady. So it sounds like Nancy McConnell has some type of little boy fetish. Like
Okay.
she's like taking care of you. She's putting ointment on you. She wants to give you a bath. She wants you to dress like Dennis the Menace, who's a little boy.
Yeah.
Whereas Rhonda wants you to dress like a little dog.
Yeah.
Which one of these costumes do you connect with more?
You know, I that's a really hard question, James. You really ask the tough questions on this
Yeah.
show.
So do you.
I feel like a part of me is like Toto and a part of me is like Dennis.
Yeah. In what way? If we were talking about Toto.
Well, like when I'm with Rhonda, like, oh, I just can't get enough of her. Like I just like drool all over her.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like a hound dog.
Yeah. And she's like really popular and got lots of friends and like I'm always like following her around like a
Right. Yeah.
dog.
Well, do you want to be following someone around or do you want to be, on the same level?
Yeah, that's a good point, James. I think I want something more like same
Okay.
level.
Well, okay. So now let's examine how that can be applicable to your driving teacher, Nancy. Do you feel like you're on the same level with Nancy? I mean, last week you sat on her lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Miss McConnell's like really nice to hang out with. I got to eat all the grilled cheeses I want.
Right.
She like really takes care of me, like makes me feel really good and
Mhm.
comfortable. And like she's gonna like be helping my ringworm.
Yep.
And she like doesn't judge me for it. Like I feel like Rhonda might judge me for it sometimes.
Right. Okay. That's a very fair. That's a very fair thing to worry about. What if you told Rhonda? What if you were up front? You said, "Hey, Rhonda, just so you know, I'm still totally into going trick or treating, but I have to be honest. I've got a really bad case of ringworm right now. I can
I
see you
mean,
feel like you feel insecure, right?
I feel really insecure,
Let me
but
tell you
James,
something.
yeah.
Would it help if I told you that my ringworm came back? Found a little patch on my leg today, back of my calf. I always get it on my calf. My ringworm's back, and look, I'm here, you're here, we're all here. Except you want to know the difference between you and me, Connor?
You're the coolest guy in the world.
I don't know. I mean, what I'm about to say might kind of reverse things a little bit. You want to know the difference between you and me is you're the one with 2 dates on Halloween.
Because I'm the con man.
You know it, buddy. You know it. You run the yard.
James,
Connor,
God, you make me feel like I can do anything.
well, look, because you can do anything.
You know what? I think
Yeah?
I'm gonna try to do both.
You're going to try to do both.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something?
What?
That's what I wanted you to say. But I wanted it to come out of you and not from me.
Yeah.
I want you to have as much fun in the shed as you want. I want you to have a nice hot bath. I want you to have a sleepover tomorrow night.
James, that makes me so nervous.
And you know what? You just got to turn that nervous energy from fear into excitement. Be the best Connor you can be. You want to know why? Because things are coming up, Connor.
Yeah. Hey, James,
Yep.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When you have ringworm, like, God, I don't know, like, normally I wouldn't ask this on television, but I feel like you've just given
Okay,
me
we're not
so
on
much.
television.
Normally I wouldn't ask this on Twitch television, but you've given me so much confidence, I feel
Yep.
like I can. Like, when you had ringworm, did you ever, like, wet the bed?
Did I ever wet the bed when I had ringworm? No. Are you wetting the bed?
It's just, like, the last few weeks, like, I've been waking up, like, often after, like, a dream or whatever, and, like, my sheets are wet.
Yeah. How wet?
Like, just in one spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not like a big puddle.
No.
Okay. So we're winding down here. So we can have this conversation now, but it might be a little bit uncomfortable. But I'm okay to have it with you.
I mean,
What type of dreams are you having? Can you tell me a little bit about the dreams? You don't have to go into details.
well, like, the last few weeks, like, I've, like, had dreams where, like, Rhonda and Miss McConnell were, like, in the same room,
Yeah.
and I've been like, "Rhonda, like, oh, like, let's, like," and we've been, like, kissing, and
Yep.
then, like, Miss McConnell's, like, been, like, stroking me while, like, Rhonda is
Miss
there.
McConnell's stroking you?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's just really gentle with me.
right. Yeah. She takes care of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you are experiencing what is commonly known as a nocturnal emission. You're
So
not
I
peeing
thought
the bed. You're not peeing the bed. You are becoming sexually stimulated in your sleep by way of your dream, which is causing you to ejaculate.
oh my god, I'm so embarrassed, James.
Yeah, you don't have anything to be embarrassed about.
I
It's
feel like
fine. It happens.
I feel like I just wanna run away right now.
No, hang out, man. It's all good. Look, you're still here. I'm still here. It's all good. It just means that you have feelings for Nancy and for Rhonda.
Like, really strong feelings, James.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's really smart of you to go on double dates tomorrow night. Look, how about we end things on a lighthearted note? Do you have any Halloween decorations up? You got anything you got going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I carved a pumpkin.
Okay, you carved a pumpkin. That's awesome. This is a great preview because we're going to have a pumpkin carving contest tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Let's see that pumpkin. You want to bring that a little closer? Okay, so it says J plus C. Then we've got a witch and what looks to be one of the ghosts from Pac-Man. And what is it for? Just for everyone, what does J and C stand for?
It's James plus Connor, the best pals on earth.
The best pals on earth. Now, did you say you carved the pumpkin?
Yeah, with a marker.
Okay, well, I'm for anyone out there who's looking for tips, tricks, and how-tos on what to do with their pumpkin and design, just know that you can carve with a marker these days. Connor, I want to wish you the best of luck tomorrow. I want to wish you a happy Halloween, and I
Thanks,
want you to
man.
make me a promise.
All right.
You won't do anything that makes you uncomfortable tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
You just it's whatever you want, right? Follow
Yeah.
your heart tomorrow night. I don't want you to feel pressured into anything. Just if something it makes you nervous but excited, that's okay. Nervous and scared, maybe listen to those feelings, okay?
Okay, you think I could, like, call you if those things happen?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Call me from the shed.
James, thank
Connor,
you so much. I feel so much more confident going into tomorrow. It's a big night for me, and it's a big night for you, I hear. I hear you're gonna be doing some fun things too.
I'm going to be doing some fun things that I'll be talking about later on. And remember, you can't spell confident without con.
You really get me.
Thanks, buddy. We're going to talk next week, okay?
Okay.
Bye, Connor.
Bye.
That's Conor Rose filling in for his sister, Carmen Rose, on the couch with Carmen. We are going to move on to our next guest here every single Friday. I understand that this person has a costume. They have a very special Zoom background set up for tonight. It is a night early, but we are beginning the Halloween festivities. Coming in hot, let us welcome Steph, Mercier, Voyer. Steph, how's it going? Oh, no.
Can I dance for you?
Can I?
Would that be cool?
God.
Can I dance for you?
All right, we can fade that music out. So, Steph, last week was the beginning of a new era on this show where you're coming in, no COVID-69, no dating, no storyline, but somehow the dancing has come back.
Yeah, I let go of the dancing for a few weeks, but actually it makes me feel really good to, I guess I get a lot of pleasure from making you uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it still makes me uncomfortable after almost 8 months.
I like that we can keep our friendship fresh like that. It's really
Yeah, me too. I think this is something that is important to acknowledge, that friendships go through ups and downs, peaks and valleys. And if our biggest up, or rather down, is you dancing, then I think we're in pretty good shape as friends.
perfect. I think I got a good angle on my burger now that my background doesn't get lost. So
Yeah, there you go. The
Great.
lettuce is no longer transparent. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, Steph, what do you think Connor should do tomorrow night? Have you ever been in a situation like that?
I want him to get a bath. 100%.
Yes.
I think that's if he's gonna look back on it, I think the bath is a much more interesting story than trick-or-treating dressed as a dog following teenagers.
Yeah, but I
And
also
that could get him on some kind of list.
no, it won't, because they're adults. They're adults.
6 foot tall woman as a 5 feet tall man.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the relationship that Nancy is curating, because she's treating him like he's her son.
They're both adults. I am
You're right.
obsessed with Nancy. I think she's the best thing to happen to Connor.
All right. Well, have you ever been in a situation where you had like two things in the same night and you had to pick?
Yeah.
Specifically on Halloween, where it's like, I got to go to this party or maybe this dinner.
On Halloween specifically, yeah, usually there's a bunch of parties and you just from one party to the next. I've made mistakes, picked the wrong party.
Yep.
But actually the first time I wore this costume on Halloween, I was at a party with some friends and it was really fun. And then I ended up going to a party where I didn't know anyone. But on the way, I picked up 50 burgers from McDonald's.
Okay, so yeah.
I don't know if you've ever tried to order that amount of burgers at McDonald's, but
I think the only other person that has ordered that many might be Donald Trump.
I mean, we're alike in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Anytime I see Donald Trump, I go, I should text Steph.
Yeah. It's the luscious hair and
the poise
in ego.
Yes. Yeah.
So I went to McDonald's dressed like this.
Yep.
And I ordered 50 burgers, and I was pretty drunk by that point. And the girl behind the counter was like 15, and then I started drooling from laughing, and I said no, 50. And they got everyone who was on break back, and they're like, emergency, we got 50 burgers coming. And then everyone in line with me was like, oh, sick, did they give you a burger because you're dressed like a burger?
Yeah.
I ordered 50, and then everyone got mad at me because all their burgers weren't coming out because I was waiting for mine. Anyway, I get to the party and nobody wanted the burgers.
Really?
Yeah. I got really upset.
That blows my mind, because if I was at a party and someone showed up and then someone else was like, hey, do you like, this woman just showed up with 50 burgers.
Yeah,
I would have been like, this is automatically the best Halloween that I've ever experienced.
Yeah, no one was interested. So what I started doing is that I guess I was upset. I didn't know anyone. And I was like, fuck them. They hate me. So I started unwrapping the burgers, would take a bite, wrap it back, and then hand it to people. And I didn't know.
This story is a Halloween. This is a sad Halloween story.
I had a great time. I laughed.
All right. Well, that's what's important. Steph, how do you feel about Halloween 2020? Are you excited, or are you conceding that whatever, it's no big deal?
It's fine. It's not like I go trick or treating.
Mm-hmm.
My main problem right now is that I have heartburns and I can't go buy all the candy at the store.
Yeah.
So it's a bit shitty for me personally, but other than that,
Well, maybe you could buy the candy and pair it up with some Tums, or maybe Alka-Seltzer, or some type of Pepto-Bismol, like kind of have a chaser. You have like a mini Snickers and then a shot of Pepto-Bismol.
What's your favorite Tums?
My favorite Tums, I'm probably going to go the tropical fruit Tums.
Which one is that?
Well, it's got like, I don't even know what the flavors are.
Colors, right? But I meant of all the colors, which one?
Oh, of all the colors? I don't know, yellow.
I pictured you as like there's kids coming to your house to trick or treat and you just give them Tums as candy.
Yeah, loose Tums. I just open up the bucket and shake a couple out, and like by the end of the night, I'm just left with like these chalky Tum hands.
I think that'd be a really good look for you.
Yeah. That's what people, I think, imagine me like. Yeah, when I think about James, I think he's at home covered in Tums dust. Some people are like, they got Cheetos dust and all this stuff. I'm covered in Tums dust.
There's always the weird candies that you get, or like peanuts.
Yeah. Okay. So this came up, I think about a week ago. The collection of crappy things you get trick or treating, which include peanuts, pennies, apples.
Pennies?
Oh yeah, that was a huge one where I grew up. You'd get pennies, or like I guess they thought like, oh, they're gonna give this to UNICEF, but you just get a bunch of dirty old pennies. And probably my least favorite of everything would be the molasses.
Oh yeah. They stick to your teeth, and it feels like your teeth are gonna get pulled out.
Yeah, those are for the boring kids or parents.
But you kind of know, I don't know if you did that as a kid, but you knock at the door, and then when they open, I would assess who the person was, or based on the decorations, and beforehand do the calculations if it was worth it, and if it was going to be shit, what they were going to.
Now, what was on your mental checklist of what made these parents crappy trick or treaters?
Well, so I think my worst experience is once I knocked on a door and it was old people, and I had to explain what Halloween was. They had never heard of it. They didn't know what it was.
What year was this, roughly?
98.
Okay, so they were old enough that they should have known what Halloween was.
They were grandparents, like old people.
I wonder if this was some elaborate trick on their part. Like every kid
went in the house. Well, I mean, now that I'm going to explain it, it does sound like it's a trick to.
Yeah, and they certainly were overflowing with Tums for sure.
Yeah, so we went in the house. It all sounds very unsafe now that I'm remembering it. We went in the house, and then they were like looking around the house to get us whatever sweet things they could find to give us. So I think they ended up like giving us mints after we explained the concept of like, yeah, we just all night we go to everyone's doors and we beg for candy.
But you know what? Very nice of them to accommodate the request. Like, oh God, I didn't even know. Come on in, kids. Have some Scotch mints. Do you mind if they're loose?
Yeah, that's really nice of them. But also kind of, now that I think about it, going into an old person's house.
Yeah, well, right now we're getting in the chat. The best Halloweens are the ones when you get invited inside the home.
Okay.
You might want to take that up with Carla Ma. So that'll be between you and her. Now,
like it's something that maybe with a therapist that she should take this up with, not me.
Okay, shots fired to the chat. It's going to be awkward the next time you're both on the show together at the same time, but I'll let you decide that. Now, knowing that you're dealing with heartburn, are there any chocolates that you're upset that you won't be able to partake in this Halloween season?
Okay, so if you're I'm thinking of the minis, because I love the minis because it feels like you can eat as many as you want and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. The minis are where shame does not exist.
Yeah, and I did last year. I actually had, like all three. There's like three, I think, main different brands. of boxes, and I had
Yeah.
all 3, so I tasted all of them. And the one that I'm obviously Reese cups.
Yeah.
I think you don't like them, do you?
I like them, but there's very few chocolate bars that I'm crazy about. If I were to ask you to guess my favorite chocolate bar, you wouldn't be able to do it because it is so unusual.
It must suck. It's probably something shitty that no one.
Here's what we're going to do. You can make any guess that you want. I want to challenge people in the
Mr.
chat
Big.
right now. I want people in the chat. Hold on.
We've had this conversation before.
Well, someone has already correctly predicted it in the chat. It is, in fact, the Big Turk.
Yeah.
The Big Turk is my favorite chocolate bar.
What does it taste like? What's in it?
It's a Turkish delight. It's like a jelly.
How do you feel about the name? The Big
The Big Turk. I
Yeah.
wish that I had the foresight to have made that my email address in the late 90s or into the early 2000s.
Okay, I want to
Right now,
Okay, let's describe the chocolate bars if they were people. What does the Big Turk look like?
the Big Turk looks kind of like feces, but I guess most chocolate bars do.
As a person.
Oh, as a person? What is the Big really tall? I think the Big Turk is a really tall guy.
You were describing.
It's a really tall, skinny guy, like really tall, like 6'9". Not unlike Nancy McConnell. A really tall chocolate bar, and they got a bad rash. That's the Big Turk.
I'm crying. You're describing it as a chocolate bar.
Yeah, I was just describing it as a chocolate bar. Someone in the chat right now, the volume knob says, if the Big Turk were a person, it would be Andrew Dice Clay, which I think is funny, but I don't know if I agree.
He's not tall. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm glad that I got to be funny on the show.
Okay, give me one.
Yeah, okay. So if we were to imagine a chocolate bar as a person,
Yeah.
okay, let's go with, I'm going to go with the Crunch Bar.
Oh my God. Okay.
So chocolate and Rice Krispies.
Oh, wait. Oh, the Crunch Bar, not a Crunchy. Okay, Crunch Bar. Okay, teacher.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like a science teacher in high school.
Mm.
Who is too friendly with his
Okay.
students.
He would invite you into his house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he would make inappropriate comments
Yeah.
that are kind of
Yeah, so if we were to imagine the slogan, it would be the Crunch Bar, perfect for perverts. That's what it sounds like we're settling on. Crunch bars are great for teachers at high schools who have inappropriate relationships with students.
I kind of love the Crunch Bars, but they're like a little too thin to be.
I like that. I like that.
Oh.
I want to hit you with another one.
Okay.
And I want to know if you and I have the same idea of this one. I'm going to give you the Score Bar.
Ooh,
Hardened. It's a very thin chocolate bar with hardened taffy surrounded by chocolate. Score spelled.
I'm just getting an image. I'm pulling up an image here.
Yep.
So I know. So I would say it would look like a turd.
Yeah. Classic. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I keep picturing perverts.
Oh, see, I was picturing a sophisticated, like Romeo style guy who would like have like a glass of brandy.
I mean, that's a pervert. I like how you're describing this person as super sleazy, and you're like, no, not a pervert.
Oh, hold on. You said he was sleazy.
Robes and
No. My visual of the Score Bar guy, he'd be kissing a lady, and she says, "I'm sorry, I really think I have to go home." And he goes, "That's no problem. Let me walk you to the door. Did you have a coat? I'll get it for you."
it's like James Bond.
Yeah, the Score Bar is the James Bond of chocolate. Yeah. But in your eyes, he's just a pervert. All the chocolate bars are pervert. Let's see how many perverts come to mind.
Let's do Arrow.
Arrow? Oh, a virgin.
Oh,
Yeah.
a wannabe pervert.
Yeah. He's reading a how-to book on. He'd be reading Perverts for Dummies. He'd go to Paragraph and say, "Do you have Perverts for Dummies?"
What about Mr. Big?
Mr. Big? I'm going to go someone really Canadian who loves outdoor concerts.
Oh, why do you, because of the nuts?
Well, Mr. Big it's a Canadian chocolate bar. There's a lot going on, right? There's nuts, there's wafer, there's caramel, there's chocolate, there's peanut, I think, on the inside.
Is he from Vancouver?
No, I'm going to say Calgary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Calgary. Yeah, he works the rigs. Mr. Big works the rigs, and he comes alive on Canada Day, Outdoor Canada Day concert. I'm going to give you one here, the Toblerone.
Sorry to bother you, man. I'm almost done.
Sorry, there's just
A voice in your apartment.
yeah.
Almost done.
There's some.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to highlight this next week for a clip online.
That's fine. There's just I had a leak earlier. That's why I was late joining the thing, and it's just really annoying. And,
Yeah.
It's more of a fall. Sorry about it.
Toblerone.
Yeah, the Toblerone. Yeah.
That's the guy who is not foreign, but went on a foreign exchange for 1 year in Switzerland. And
I was also thinking the exact same thing.
Really?
Yes.
And he brings it up all the time.
Okay. I think that's pretty on point when it comes to the Toblerone. Now, I want to give you one more.
Okay.
One of my, if not my least favorite chocolate bar, the Caramilk.
That's your least favorite?
It's too indulgent. It's too indulgent. I know what comes to mind when I think about it.
What? What is that?
Someone who's too nice and overly friendly.
It's too indulgent.
Yeah, it's too sweet.
I feel like that is a good metaphor for who you are as a person.
Me? I'm overly.
Don't like when things are too good.
Okay, too good. Okay.
Or too nice, too indulgent.
Yeah.
A little side of pain.
Well, I'm glad that we did this, Steph.
Wait. I guess it's just because I like the caramel a lot.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing this again.
It was my favorite for several years. I'm really defensive. I really like the caramel.
Yeah.
I once had it from someone's backpack in high school, and the guy was also selling weed. And from the smell of his backpack, the caramel tasted like weed.
Right. Oh.
I pretended I got high from it.
Oh yeah, as we do when we're teenagers, searching for romance and connection.
It wasn't romance.
Oh, my bad.
It was getting high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose during our high school years, we're looking to connect with anything, whether it be romance or the great unknown of drug usage.
What was your drug use in high school?
There wasn't any. Yeah.
What was your connection and romance in high school?
There wasn't any.
You're really not giving me a lot to work with here, James.
That's why I'm the host of the show, because I'm able to ask questions without the real necessity of answering many.
Damn it.
All right, so you're all done here. You're good. Yeah, so it was just a clog, and you're pretty good with. Oh, sorry. Yes, what's going on here?
I'm doing a show.
Oh, so sorry, James. Katie from St. Henry Plumbing.
Yeah. You popped by a couple months ago. Yeah, you walked into my apartment by accident.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you guys doing like a show here?
Yeah, we're right now we're live on Twitch.
Oh, hi Twitch. How's it going there? Sorry, there was
Is it
just
fixed?
it's all fixed. Yeah, there was just a real clog. It was kind of similar to what was going on at your house in the bathroom.
Well, no, there wasn't anything going. You walked in by accident to my house.
Yeah, but there ended up being a big clog in your bathtub, and we got rid of that. It was
Oh,
like,
right. Yeah. Well, I have had clogs in my bathtub before. It's just sometimes you have house guests who.
That's what I told you. You bring a house guest over, you let him shower. Sometimes the clog, the bathtub ends up.
Sometimes they'll clog the drain with pieces of themselves.
Wait,
Yeah.
How do you plug the bathtub?
Well,
We'll talk about that another night.
Okay, I'll let you guys get back to it.
Later, Kenny.
Yeah, take it easy.
Yeah, that guy was really cleaning his hands for a long time there. He was really, really wiping his hands down. Steph, look, I'm glad to hear that your toilet's fixed. I don't want to know what's going on, but
I just acid reflux and just eating grapes, and it just gives me massive diarrhea. And
it happens. Look, and it's probably a good thing that you won't be trick-or-treating this year or eating any candy, and that way that your toilet will remain in tip-top shape.
Thank you. That's really nice.
Steph, have a happy Halloween.
Wait, I have one question. If
Please.
I was a chocolate bar, which one would I pick?
Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, very strong. Sometimes a bit too much. Thanks, Steph.
Do I dance?
Oh, no. Whoa, I don't know why is their leg now? That leg wasn't there before. Let's say, yeah. I just got a production note. She's gone. That's how you know that you've got a hell of a production team when they let you know with urgent delivery, she's gone. Folks, I don't know if that has ever happened on the show when a handyman shows up into the frame, but you know what? I said it at the beginning of the night. Tonight was Mischief night. The night before Halloween, where anything and everything unusual and a little mischievous happen. And we all know that there is nothing more mischievous than explosive diarrhea. Folks, this is the part of the show on Fridays when I usually say, we'll be back on Monday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but not tonight. We will be back for our first Saturday special since shifting to our new broadcast schedule tomorrow night, 9 p.m. It is Halloween night right here on At Home with James. What's going on? I'm going to tell you. Taylor McMillan will be here, friend of the show, all-time well-wisher. In addition to this, we will be holding the first ever At Home with James Halloween pumpkin carving contest that includes singer, songwriter, musician Kim Ho. It will also include professor at Paul Smith's College, Joe Conto. It will also include radio personality Sarah DeHay. Carla Ma is going to be stopping by to help judge who walks away with the grand prize. And I'll be here, just like I am, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, sometimes Sunday mornings, and in this case, sometimes Saturday nights. That's happening tomorrow. It is now time. I was waiting for a ghost to arrive. Up to now, I thought, when the paranormal shows up, they give you some type of sign. Hello? So it seems like we got technical difficulties here.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Whoa! James! Whoa! Oh, wow!
As I live and breathe, the captain is here.
Oh, James! James, hold on. Hey, James, how's it going?
Well, yeah, I when I saw that I was going to be visited by a ghost, I thought that this was going to be almost like some type of Ebenezer Scrooge experience, but here I am as I live and breathe, face to face, talking to the captain from the afterlife. For people who don't know, This is the captain. He used to be here every week. What's this dance move you're doing? You doing the sleazy slump?
I'm all shook up. Oh, baby.
It seems like you've been hanging out with Elvis. You were eaten by a kraken.
Oh, buddy, let me tell you about the last couple of episodes when I wasn't around.
It's been more than a couple.
I got ate by a kraken, and I got pooped out into heaven.
Yeah, you say you got pooped out into heaven?
I got eaten by a kraken, and I was pooped out into heaven. All that to say is I died, James, and I'm in heaven, a.k.a. living La Vida Loca.
I'm so happy that you're living La Vida Loca. It's so good to see you. I'm here a lot, and I really had to, repress a lot of my emotions. I didn't want to have an emotional, serious show, but I was really sad when things happened the way that they did and they turned out for you. But here you are coming to us from heaven, and it looks like it comes as advertised.
Buddy, heaven is fantastic.
Tell us about it.
Oh, imagine the best party you've ever been at in college. And then
I didn't go to college.
And then somebody brings a tab of acid and they drop it into the punch.
I've never had acid, and I don't think I've ever had punch.
And then you die and you go to heaven. That's what it's like. So being in heaven is like dying and going to heaven? Ooh, yeah, buddy. It defines words, James. I can't describe.
You just say that it defines words?
It defines words, James. I can't tell you exactly what heaven is like. You have to experience it for yourself. But old Jesus Christ, #1 party master upstairs, let me come down.
Call him the #1 body master?
The #1 body master. This guy is absolutely shredded, James. Yep. He's the biggest. That's why they call him #1. His dad is pissed, but it's his fault. He made him look so good.
Yeah. Everyone calls Jesus, #1. So you're going to take us on a tour of the afterlife.
Oh, James, let me show you what I've been dealing with. And after I'm done, you'll be like, oh, I'm coming.
All right. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen, but let's begin.
Oh, James, let me first show you where I like to hang out. Ow!
Okay.
Yeah. Got a couple of friends behind me. Hold on,
Is this a nightclub exclusively plays generic rock?
They play the kind of music I like to play. If you got a problem with that, you can get out and go downstairs.
It sounds like the afterlife doesn't have the rights to music that's popular.
Yeah, those living bastards fucking got us. They still got access to it downstairs. Let me talk to them real quick. Hey, everybody! This is my friend James.
I they're paying attention to you.
No, hold on a minute.
I want to get louder.
Hey, everybody! This is my friend James. Don't worry, he'll be here in a jiffy. I'm just kidding, James.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm just kidding. All right, everybody, go back to your meals.
All right, so you're at some type of rock bar, and they're having a meal and listening to rock and roll music.
Yeah. We like to keep it relaxed here, James.
Yeah, copyright-free rock, no lyrics.
Oh, baby. This place absolutely rocks. It's hound dogs only, and 24/7, everyone is kissing and hugging.
Okay, so it sounds a lot like the cruises you used to partake in.
Yeah, I guess kind of so, James. I guess I was living on heaven after all.
Yeah.
Aumba, 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 aumba.
I've never seen you this happy. I've never seen someone's behavior advocate so strongly for being dead.
James, dying was the best thing that ever happened to me. Up here, I'm respected for what I am. An
Which is?
Wrecking ball, coming in and out of the walls and bringing a party to life with my attitude and my go fuck yourself vibes.
Yeah, which is so different than what you used to be on this show. What else is going on in the afterlife?
All right, let me take you to one of my favorite rooms in the boat. Oh, shit. Whoa, okay, moving along. Well, this is just the studio where I mix beats, James. Where else are we going to? Oh, this is hell.
So where are you right now? This looks like an abandoned strip club.
Yeah, this is hell. Hell is an abandoned strip club where there's one guy.
You.
And it's me.
Right. So when people go to hell, their experience is hanging out at an abandoned strip club with you. You're part of the hell experience.
Yeah, I get to do double duty, James. I get to be a part of hell and heaven. Honestly, it's sailor's delight.
All right, I'm interested in one of your previous locations. Can we go back to the studio?
Yeah, the studio? Yeah, give me a second. It's right here, James. Whoa! It's right here. Yeah. Goddamn, I'm still getting used to this place, James. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, it's here. Okay,
whoa.
So,
James. Oh.
Tell us what goes on. Wait, so heaven is the afterlife has a recording studio.
Yeah, James, I've been hearing what's going on downstairs. I've been getting inspired. I've been mixing some beats, listening to the choirs, getting the angels in, mixing some tunes, making some things happen. And honestly, I've been having a blast, James.
Yeah, it seems like they got a different brand of beer in the afterlife.
Oh yeah, Rolling Rock only. Rolling Rock. Baby. What am I, Sisyphus? I'll work on that one. Listen, James.
Yeah, please do for the next time you pop by.
James.
What's been your favorite part of the afterlife? I know that you're partying. Is there anything that people don't know about the afterlife that they should?
Oh, James, the first thing about the afterlife that you need to know is that it's okay. Passing on may seem like a scary thing, but coming over to the afterlife, well, suddenly all your questions become answers. And all your favorite sexual positions become available, and more.
Yeah, well, can I talk to you about that?
Which part?
Well, the sexual positions.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. yeah, tell me.
I don't know if you were able to really tune in from the afterlife, but one of our guests, Conor Rose, is in a bit of a dilly of a pickle, caught between a rock and a hard place. He's expected to be on 2 different dates at the same time. What should he do?
Oh, James, that's easy. Take your spirit out of your body, and then your spirit goes this way, and your body goes that way. Oh, wait, are they still living?
Yes.
Oh, then you gotta pick one. But I was listening. A bath sounds nice. But a shed in the dark? Anything could happen in there, James. Anything could happen in there, James.
Oh yeah, well, it sounds like it. Is there any parts of the afterlife, any other spots that you want to show us? We've gone to hell. We've seen the heavens above. We've seen the rock bar. We've seen the recording studio. Anything else you want to show us?
Yeah, let me show you one last place. It's my favorite place, James, in the whole world, just over there.
Yep.
Oh, my apologies, sir. Is that you?
Who's that, Jesus?
Oh, this was Jesus, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me, sir. I was just showing my friend here, James. He's one of the living, but I'm sure he's coming soon.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go soon.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's a really great guy. And once he gets up here, me, you, and Eddie are gonna make some tunes in the studio. That's a
You talking about Eddie? You talking about Eddie Van Halen?
Oh, the one and only. Buddy, when he got here, the tunes began to blast. What a great guy.
Well, you are certainly advocating for the afterlife. Is there anything you want to pass on to the people that are still living on Earth? Any words of wisdom? Because I'm sure they've missed you and they're so happy to see you back.
James, if I've got one word for the people who are still living out there, don't cry for me, Marianne. I'm already dead. Cherish the loved ones you have and cherish them to the left. To your friends on the right, give them a pat on the bum. And to those up above, why, they're still looking down at chum. James, what I'm trying to say is that life is short. And it's a beautiful thing. When you're in love, say it. When you want to eat it. When you want to dance, dance, James, dance. Because the night's around the corner. Death? Why, it's the next chapter, James. Frodo Baggins said that. And for me, well, I'm having the time of my life, James. Do you have a question? A question for me before I get going, James?
Yeah, I just asked it.
You did?
Yeah, that was my question. Yeah, I said, before we go, is there anything you'd like to pass on to the people?
And,
And
what
then
did I say?
you rambled drunkenly, but
You
I
did?
wouldn't want it any other way.
Ha! James, I love you to death. I guess I even past that. And I'll always love you for the rest of my life. Hey, you're looking good, man.
Hey, thank you. I really, I appreciate that. I'm trying to wear some Halloween colors tonight. I've been
Ooh.
grooming my beard a little bit more than I usually do.
And let's just say if you were up here, buddy, I'd be ghosting you like crazy.
What does that mean?
You want me to tell you before I go?
No, I'll take a pass.
Oh yeah, you sure? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a crazy sex thing.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay, buddy.
Well, make me a promise, Captain, that you'll come and visit us sooner rather than later.
James, I can't make that promise. It's up to the big man, the real big man. But
Number one.
but I want to say maybe, James. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Adios, buddy. I love you to death. Sayonara, Twitch world. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kissy, kissy, kissy. Adios, baby.
God bless you.
Achoo.
And just as fast as he came, he now evaporates into the heavens. Folks, that's our show tonight. We have done it. We have accomplished Mischief Night. There was a lot of mischief tonight. I personally hope that things work out for Conor Rose. He has as much fun with Rhonda as he does Nancy, and I hope everything is safe and sound. I hope that Steph is able to combat her explosive diarrhea, but now knowing that she has it, she's got a fixed toilet by way of Kenny the repairman, everything will be okay, and I certainly hope that the captain, Dimitri Kirez, well, he stops walking in on people having casual sex in the afterlife. Folks, tomorrow night is the big effing night. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Halloween. I'm ready for this Halloween more than I have been for any other Halloween in my 33 years of existence. But just like on Wednesday night, I'm looking at myself, I see my reflection, I see my costume, and I just think, this isn't cutting the mustard. This is just not doing it. It's not turning me on, as the perverts say. I had a cat mask the other night. Now I got a dog mask tonight. I'm not a dirty dog. I've never even seen 101 Dalmatians. So it makes me think. The past 30 days, I've been coming on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, talking about, yeah, this is the year. I'm going to get into Halloween. But I haven't done it. So what have I been doing? I've effectively been lying to you, the viewer. I've been lying to each and every one of my guests. But moreover, and more importantly, well, I've been lying to myself. And I don't want to live a life as a liar. I don't want to be a person who walks around town spouting the opposite of truths. And that's why tomorrow night, Halloween, I am going #all in. Not only am I ringworm strong, I'm going to be Halloween strong tomorrow night. I will have a costume from head to toe, because if I don't, then what am I? I'm not a trick. I'm not a treat. Well, I'm a liar. And the last thing that I'm going to do is come onto this show, my baby, my parent, my lover, my everything, and lie. Tune in tomorrow night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell your mom, dad, auntie, unkie, brother, sister, Grammy, Grampy. Tell your best friend. Hell, you can tell your worst enemy that they are going to tune in to twitch.tv/@home-with-James and see someone who will be dressed up in a Halloween costume for the first time in over a decade. Tomorrow night, you got James in costume. You got the pumpkin carving contest. And you might even have some what? A couple surprises coming your way. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell and be well. Don't hesitate to make a little mischief while you're doing it.